I just can't seem to stop buying books, so let's talk about it. Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this week's Friday book chat. This week we are going to be chatting about a big book haul. If you know me, you will know that I am a big book dragon. I love to hoard and collect books. I'm also very much a mood reader bookworm, so I very much read based on my mood. Because of that, I have a huge book collection, a huge TBR collection, and I like it that way because I need a lot on my menu to be able to pick what your girl wants to read. I tend to buy a lot of books. Because of this, I do tend to do a lot of book haul videos, and I do tend to have a lot of books in them. So let's get right into this month's book haul, and let's talk about all the books I've gotten in the past month. Now, I'm not absolutely positive, but I do believe there are 25 books in this book haul, so it's going to be a nice and big, juicy one. I do want to note that I'm currently fighting a migraine, so if you're like, wow, the energy's a little bit low and you're looking a little bit meh, yeah, that's why your girl is fighting a migraine, and depression has been hitting quite hard lately, so I'm in my comfort sweater. I have my Dr. Pepper, and I'm going to be trying my best to go through all these books for you guys and just tell you a little bit about them, show them off, and all the good stuff. Now, I did already take clips of what all these books look like because I had them before I did my bookshelf reorganization, which was in this past Tuesday's reading vlog. So if you want to see that, go watch the Doing Bookish Stuff vlog. But I recently reorganized my TBR shelves, and I wanted to show off the books before I did that, so I didn't have to like completely dismantle it, you know? So what I did is I just took a video of me showing off the books. I did not talk in any of these videos because my housemates upstairs were making a bunch of noise and my partner was watching a movie behind me, so you wouldn't have been able to hear what I said. But I did show off all the books. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking about each book, and then I'll be putting like an overlay or a little snippet, or you'll be seeing like past Kim from this past weekend showing off the book, while current migraine Kim right now is talking about the book. So I just kind of wanted to let you guys know how this was going to work. With all of that said, we're going to get right into the books. They're mostly like fantasy, romantasy, thriller, fiction. Honestly, I'm not exactly sure, so we're just going to get right into it, and let's go. The first book in my book haul for February is In the Weeds by B.K. Borson. This is the second in a series. The series, I do not know what it's called. I'm going to put it right here, but this book follows characters that were also in the first book. The first book was Love Light Farms, which is more of like a Christmassy themed book. This one, I believe, is the spring version, which is why I had to get it. And it follows one of the male characters from the first book. He was a side character. He lived on the farm. And then it follows one of the girls that had visited in that book. I don't know too much about this book, but what I do know is it's like a second chance after two one-night stands, and it's small town feel, and I believe it's going to have some spice to it. I don't know for sure, but I do know that I really loved the first one, so I'm really excited to dig into this one this spring. Oh, here we go. So, a grumpy farmer and a no-nonsense social media influencer have another chance at love in this charming romantic comedy. That is what it's about. If you see me looking down, I have my laptop right here that shows me like showing off the books. What you guys are seeing is what I'm looking at. So yeah, it is about a grumpy farmer and a social media influencer. The female main character is Evelyn, and the male main character is Beckett. They had a couple one-night stands, and now she is visiting his small town, the farm he works on again, and I'm thinking things start to happen. I'll try to count out the books, but I know I'll lose track, so I'll put a little tracker like here as I go, or here, or here, or here. Somewhere. We'll put a little tracker, and we'll count the books as I go to see if it actually is 25. So the next book I got was Play Along by Liz Tomforte. This, again, is part of a series. This is book number 4 in the Windy City series. It is a sports romance series, and I've been slowly buying up all these really pretty copies with the ombre edges because they've been coming out every, like, month, and I want my collection to match, so I've slowly been making my way through this series and slowly been buying them. This one is number 4 in the series, as I stated. It follows Kennedy. She is a staff for the Windy City Warriors, which is the baseball team in Chicago. And Isaiah, he is a shortstop for the baseball team, and it looks like they get married in Vegas, and then it becomes a marriage of convenience. So I think that was going to be really fun. I have read the first 2 books in the series so far, and I'm absolutely loving them, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be reading Play Along probably in March. So you'll be seeing me talk about this book very, very soon. Next up is a book that I needed in a series that honestly I did not even know existed. The series is the Ashen series, and this book is actually book 2.5, so it's 2.5. It goes between book 2 and book 3, and I honestly did not know it existed. It randomly just popped up when I was scrolling books one day, and I was like, your girl needs it. So it's called Roots of Darkness. It's by Demi Winters, and it is part of the Ashen series, as I said. Number 1, I believe, is called, it's the Road of Bones, right? It has to be. I was not prepared for this, clearly. I was not prepared. I was like, your girl has a migraine, but we're still going to give it a go. But I'll try my best, right? That's correct. Okay, so the first one is A Road of Bones, which I have read, and then I own book 2, but I have not read it, and I knew book 3 was coming out at the beginning of February. So when I saw there was a 2.5, I was like, well, book 3 is coming out. I'm gonna have to have book 2.5, because clearly it's gonna be a little connector novella, right? So I got book 2.5, and I'm not gonna tell you guys much about this because again, it is book 2.5. I don't want to ruin the series for you guys, but it is really cute. Like, it's this tiny little book, and it's absolutely adorable. And it's really pretty. I'm really excited to continue the series. I've read book 1 so far, so I'm going to try and finish up the series probably this spring or summer. But yeah, I think, ooh, Minnie just came down. Sorry. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. And like I said, it's a little connector novel, and this is like a Viking-inspired romantic fantasy. That is what it is. So it's Viking-inspired romantic fantasy. So I had to get book 2.5, obviously, like I said, because it's part of the series. And then moving on to my next book. This is really funny. Apparently, I've just been collecting series this month because next is also part of the series. It is The Dark is Descending by Chloe C. Pinaranda. I think it's Pinaranda. Sorry, I have to wait for myself. I did not pause it, and I missed. I think it's Pinaranda. So it is The Dark is Descending by Chloe C. Pinaranda, and this is part of the Night is Defying series. It's the Nightfall series, I believe it is called. This is book number 3. I believe it finishes the series and finishes the trilogy. It would, obviously, if there's 3 and it was the end, it would be a trilogy. But I do believe this is the end of the series, and I'm really excited that I bought this one. I read book number 1, and I enjoyed it, but it was very, very dense. So I DNF'd book number 2 very slightly into it, soft DNF'd, because I want to finish it. But I was waiting for book number 3 to come out and to buy it. So book number 2 and book number 3 now, so I will be reading that series sometime soon. But The Dark is Descending, it's absolutely beautiful. This copy, like I said, it is book number 3, so I'm not going to tell you much about this book, but book number 1 is about a female main character. It's a dark romantasy. It's a female main character, and she hears a voice in her head that's like leading her somewhere. And she doesn't have her memories. She forgot her memories. She has this voice in her head that's leading her somewhere. I read it over a year ago, so it's there, but like fakely. But I remember I enjoyed it. And these books, like, I'm sorry, these books are absolutely beautiful. Let me just show you like the naked hardback. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. So honestly, even if I only semi like these books, I still want to own them because they're so pretty. But yeah, the back you can see says they will defy fate until the end of time. So there's a lot going on in this series, a lot. So be prepared that if you're looking to get into this, like, this is a dense book and there's a lot going on, but I enjoyed it. So I'm really excited to finish it up, and I'm glad I have book 3 now because now I can do that. Moving on to my next book, it is Fallen Gods by Rachel Van Dyken. This Never Wake a Sleeping Giant. That's what the back says, as you guys just saw. It's really pretty. It has this deer on it that makes me a little bit scared, but I'm hoping it's not like, I'm a big animal lover, so I'm hoping it's nothing bad. We'll just put it like that. But this book is absolutely beautiful, and it sounds so interesting. I'm pulling up the description because I don't remember what it's about, but I remember it sounded really good. They said the gods were myth, that the giants were only stories told about dying fires. They lied. Gods aren't dead, they're only sleeping. Like, tell me that doesn't sound so good. It's about the gods, and our main character is a daughter of a god. So it sounds really good, and it's absolutely beautiful, so I could not resist. It is the start of a series, but it's the first one that just came out. Next up is Psycho Fae by Jasmine Moss. This is also part of a series. It is part of the... It's book 2, as you see. I will look up the series and I will write it down for you here. It is book 2. It is Psycho Fae. Psycho Shifters was book number 1, I believe. And yeah, these books are absolutely beautiful. It is about a shifter. I believe this is a 6-book series. The first 3 are a trilogy following the same characters, and then the next ones follow different characters, if I'm correct. I have not read any of them yet, but they're beautiful. They sound like just up my alley, and they look really fun. So yeah, we got book 1, we got book 2 in this haul, and then book 3 comes out soon, so you'll probably be seeing that one in a haul soon. Next up is Falling Like Leaves by Misty Wilson. This book is very much a fall book, as you can see, so you might be like, why'd you get a fall book? Well, when I went to the Barnes & Noble opening in a city near me, she was there signing books. I guess she's relatively local to the area. So she was there signing her books, and I was like, well, I'm going to want to read this book this fall, and if she's here signing it, your girl has to get it. So I got the book. She personalized it to me. I got a free little matching bookmark, which is amazing. And I just know this book is like a fall rom-com. It says it's for people who start their Gilmore Girls rewatch every fall. You know, your girl loves Gilmore Girls, so I feel like it's just gonna be such a cozy, fun rom-com fall read. I don't know much about it, but I had to pick it up because the author was there and I met her. She was very, very sweet. So yeah, I picked up that one. It's a fall rom-com. That's all you need to know, right? Next up is Heavenly Bodies by Imani Iru. I'm so sorry. I can't pronounce the last name. I can't. I could look it up. I could, but I'm not going to right now. Anyways, this is an absolutely beautiful version. I love this book. It looks so good. I believe it is something to do with the constellations. Clearly, I know what these books are about, right? That's funny. I promise you, I looked up these books and I wanted them before I just bought them. I don't just buy books to buy them. I look them up and I know I want them. It's just, I can't always explain out loud what they're about. So this is part of a series. It's number 1. It's part of the Heavenly Body series, a romantic series that blends Greek mythology and shadow magic with a tantalizing enemies to lovers romance that will rewrite the stars. So it has to do with Greek mythology and shadow magic and the stars in a world ruled by the cruel and merciless stars. So that sounds really good, and honestly this version was so pretty. They have this really, really pretty artwork inside of it, as you can see. So yeah, or tarot cards it looks like, because I just noticed that they have like, the one had the devil under it. I don't know, but yeah, had to pick up this book. So pretty, can't wait to read this series. I only have book 1 in it so far. Next up is another series. It is Her Soul for Revenge by Harley LaRue. This is book 2 in the Souls trilogy. It is a dark, spicy romance. Hold on, the pups are about to bark. Okay, I think they're done. It is a spicy, dark romance. I believe this is a interconnected standalone, but you want to read the first one first because it's a continuation of the story. So do not just pick up this one. Go pick up the other one first. Book number 1, which was Her Soul to Take. We'll see. But yeah, go read that one first and then read this one. This one, I believe, it is dual point of view. It is about a female who, oh, these edges, I'm sorry, I just saw these edges are so gorgeous that I am obsessed with them. Like, and they're so vibrant. I don't know if that really comes across, but they are so vibrant. But it follows dual point of views. We have our male who, I'm gonna read you this because, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It just says, she was mine after all these years of following her, waiting, watching, mine. My new little pet, my broken toy, and I didn't collect toys to fix them. No, broken toys were the interesting ones. They were sharp and dangerous, like shards of shattered glass I couldn't resist running my fingers over until I bled. That's his point of view. And then hers is, fear and hatred kept me going. Letting that go was like dismantling my own shelter. But my shelter was crashing around me, and it was a hazard as much as a defense. Maybe it was okay to dismantle it if there was something better, something with a little light I could catch. Strange that hell's light could shine so bright. Okay, that told you guys nothing. I mean, it gave the vibes of the book, but it didn't tell you what it was about. After years on the run, a woman sacrifices her soul to a demon who has long hungered for all of her in this dark romantic thriller. I love how complicated I make things, and then it can be so much easier. But yeah, so that's what this book is about, and I'm really excited for this one. I really liked the first one, and I was waiting for this beautiful version to come out, and the second one, so it just came out. I purchased it. We're gonna read it soon. Dark, romantic, thriller, and yeah, this special edition is really pretty, and you can see it also has gorgeous naked hardback, and it came with like the dust jacket is reversible, so you can have either one you want. I like the kind that was showing out, but you can have this darker Souls trilogy dust jacket if you want, or you can have the one with the people on it and like the prettiness. Pretty cool. Oh, I just made a face. Apparently I noticed something. Ooh, there's gorgeous water inside. So yeah, this is the inside of it, as you can tell. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Books are so pretty nowadays. It's hard to resist like buying every single book, even if I only like kind of want to read it. If it's gorgeous, it's like maybe a girl should get it. Like it's so pretty. Maybe I should get it. Maybe. But yeah, anyways, moving on. We have, ooh, we are getting into my books of the month for February. So I am part of Book of the Month. It's a book subscription membership. Not sponsored. I've been part of it for years and years and years. I pay for it myself, and I tend to get add-ons because they have such good prices for hardcovers, and they're always like new releases. Anyways, so Book of the Month, I ended up getting a bunch this month. The first one was One and Only by Maureen Goo, I believe it says. This one looked really fun and really interesting. It's like a romance, but in the book, our female main character, her family can predict and tell you who your soulmate is. And our female main character, she saw her soulmate, but she has yet to meet him. And she's going on, I believe she's about to turn 40. And she's at the point where she's like tired of waiting for her soulmate, tired of waiting for her life to start. So she decides to have a one night stand with this young man. And it turns out the young man who she had a one night stand with, his boss, is supposedly her soulmate. So I saw that and I was like, that sounds so good. I couldn't resist it, so I had to pick that one up, and I'm really excited to read it. I think that one I'm going to read in March, hopefully, like this spring, because it feels very springy, and the book cover is just so springy. Next up, I got All Quiet on the Western Front. This is by, what is it by? There it is, there you go. Hold on. Here we go. Eric Maria Remarque. It is a special thing Book of the Month is doing this year. So Book of the Month turned 100, so they're going back to some of the classic books that they had way back in like the early 1920s, 1930s, that kind of stuff. They're re-releasing a bunch of those books in fancy versions, and as a book dragon, a book collector, I really want to expand my library, and a great way to get some different genres, different types of books is going for like some older classics. So I figured this is a great way for me to get some older classics. I picked this one up. It's not too fat. It's actually pretty thin, so I'm really excited about it. I do know it is like a war novel. So it's a novel from 1929, as you just saw, about the war and All Quiet on the Western Front. So I do think it's going to be a little bit of a different book since it is almost 100 years old. But like I said, it's a classic. I want more classics for my collection, so I picked it up. And this version is really pretty. It has this really pretty like inside artwork, and then it's like not a regular book. It's like kind of fabric-y, the texture of it. So it's really nice, and yeah, I had to pick it up. Oh, and you get a special bookmark for the 100-year celebration, like each month this year. Pretty cool. I like Book of the Month. I think it's fun. I love expanding my books. Next up, also Book of the Month, I got This Book Made Me Think of You. Look at this cover. Like, this cover is gorgeous. It's called This Book Made Me Think of You. It's by Libby Page, and it's like a fiction novel, I guess, contemporary fiction. In this book, our female main character, she loses her husband, and then one day she gets a letter in the mail telling her to go to the local bookstore, and he had picked out a book for her, and it turns out he picked out one book for her every single month in the year after he passed. So every month she goes to the bookstore, she gets this book, and she starts connecting with like the bookstore owner or worker and other people she meets along the way, and she kind of starts reliving her life, and I think it sounds so beautiful and so amazing, and yeah, I just couldn't resist it. It just felt like a book that like a book lover had to read. I also think it's gonna make me cry. I also picked up The First Time I Saw Him by Laura Dave. This is number 2 in a thriller duo series. The first one was called The Last Time We Saw Him. I think so. The Last Thing He Told Me. It's called The Last Thing He Told Me. This is book number 2, but it's kind of like a prequel, I believe. So I figured I have the first one, so I figured I needed to pick up the second one and read them together, right? Next up, funnily enough, I picked up book 3 in the Ashen series. So if you remember that little book 2.5 I had, this is book 3 in the Ashen series. It is called Dawn of the North. Again, it is a Viking-inspired romantasy series. This is book number 3. I think it might be the end of the series, but I don't know for sure. I do not know for sure, but I was about to jump. Go on, Marble. But this is book 3, which you see why I needed to get book 2.5 because book 3 was coming out. So I picked up book 3. It looks really fun. I'm excited to read it. And it looks really fat, like insanely fat. The back says, "You know, I'd not kneel for anyone but you." Excuse me? Yes, please. Yes, please. And then I believe those are all my books of the month. So I got 5 books from Book of the Month this month. I thought I had one more. So I got 5 books from Book of the Month this month. That's all of them. And then we're going to move on to some more books that I randomly picked up. Someone's behind me scratching. Me. So these are books that most of them were like pre-orders, so they recently released and then they came in as they pre-ordered. So these are some pre-order books that I got that came out at the beginning of this month, and I could not resist, basically. So here are some pre-orders, and then there's one that wasn't actually a pre-order. I just thought it was really pretty. It was on sale, so I bought it. And that's going to be the first book we talk about, which is Druid Curse. So this one was not a pre-order. It is by C.J. Burnwright. This one is about our male main character. He was a druid who every 7 years, I believe, he is like released from his prison, and he has to, here we go, 1 week of freedom, one cursed druid, one woman who could break the spell or doom them both. Ooh, it's every 50 years. 7 and 50 are not even close. So every 50 years, our mailman character, he escapes his prison for 7 days, and this is his last chance to break his curse or he'll be bound forever. All he needs is a sacrifice. He needs to sacrifice the blood of our female main character, who I believe they end up having a romantic relationship. I'm not sure, but that's what I think happens. The next book I got, which also pre-order, and it was The Night Prince by Lauren Pufferman. This is a romantasy series. It is about humans and werewolves and a war between them, I believe. It is book number 2 in the series. Number 1 is The Wolf King. I'm not going to tell you much about it because I don't want to ruin it, but this version is so pretty. It says, "Let me have you just once, please." That begging, yes please, but yeah, so pretty. I'm really excited to read this series. I'm actually starting it, so yeah, you'll be getting an update on these very, very soon. The next pre-order is by an author that I absolutely love. She's basically an auto-buy author, and that is Megan Quinn. The book is Just for the Cameras. This is a rom-com. I believe it is spicy. In this book, our female main character, she is a zookeeper, and something happens where she ends up having to fake it for the cameras with our male main character. I believe he's in sports. He is some kind of sports player, I believe. Anyways, the flamingos in the book, so pretty, so pretty. And it's an animal lover. I felt like the main character being a zookeeper, I had to pick it up. Love this author, couldn't resist. But yeah, I believe it is a zookeeper, and it looks like he's a football player. So a sports, romance, football player, zookeeper, spicy, rom-com. Can't wait. Love Megan Quinn. It's so pretty. It is so, so, so pretty. We're trying to move this along because I've talked a lot so far. The next 2 books are the last ones in a series that are currently released. There's more books coming. These are all the ones that are released. They're by Chloe Walsh. It is the Voice of Tommen series. I picked up book number 5 and 6, which were Taming 7, which is Gibbsy and Claire's story, book number 1. And I also got Releasing 10, which is book number 6. This one is so fat, guys. This one is so fat. But this is Hugh and Lizzie's story, book number 1. I believe each couple gets 2 books in this series. I have not started the series yet, but I now have the 6 books that are released in this really pretty white version from Target, so I can start it now. I know it's going to be emotional. I know it's going to be emotional and traumatic, and I'm really excited, but I have to be in the right headspace because your girl's been fighting depression and anxiety and a whole lot of stuff lately, so I feel like it's not the time to dig into those books. I'm hoping this summer I'll just do a big Voice of Tommen, like, binge. That's the word, binge. And then I have my Valentine's Day book haul. So my partner, he took me to Barnes & Noble and Books A Million on Valentine's Day, and spoiled girl that I am, he bought me books at each. So I have technically 7 books to show you because I got 3 at each bookstore and then I got 1 at Walmart the next day. So here are 7 books from my Valentine's Day book haul. The first one is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. This is an absolutely gorgeous deluxe edition. It's a really nice hardcover. I absolutely loved it. This is a millionaires rom-com spicy romance. I've not started the series. It is a series. There are 3 in the series, I believe. This is book number 1, and I believe he owned an amusement park and she is some kind of financial advisor or something. Don't quote me on this. I'm not positive, but yeah, absolutely beautiful version, and I'm really excited to start this series because I think I'm gonna love it. Rami, what are you doing? We got our girl here. This one has such pretty sprayed edges too. Like, it's insane how pretty these sprayed edges are. Absolutely insane. So yeah, I'm very, very, very excited. Ooh, and I showed you some artwork. We just have a few more books left, friends. Don't worry, we're almost there. I completely lost count, by the way, so hope my counter's still going strong wherever I placed it, because your girl doesn't know. Next up is The Poisoner by Ivy Ophelia. This is the beginning of, I believe it's a trilogy series. In this book, our female main character, I believe she works at a apothecary, but basically she helps other women take care of the men in their life by poisoning them. So I think that sounds really good, and I believe something happens where she has to team up with a man and romance occurs. But I just thought it sounded really good, and this version is so pretty, so I had to pick it up. Look at the little snakes on it, obsessed. But yeah, I think this book's gonna be really good. I'm really excited for this whole series. So I believe book 2 comes out in like April or something, so I'm really excited for this series, and I think it's going to be a really, really good one. After that, I got The Lovers by Kristen Cast. This book, again, is so pretty. Like, the strawberries on this edge is just out of this world gorgeous. Out of this world gorgeous. This book is a romance, but I do believe there's actually fantasy aspects to it, which I was not expecting based on like the cover, but it has to do with tarot cards. So it says one enchanted tarot card, two infuriatingly hot men, and a modern woman who refuses to be anyone's damsel. It looks like she runs into her ex right when her life is falling apart, who is rich, and then things start to happen. I'm not really sure, but I think it looks really fun and really good, and I love the strawberries. So I couldn't resist. And I got it on Valentine's Day. Like, that's the perfect Valentine's Day book. Next up, I got Joey by Sadie Kincaid. This is number 2 in a series. It is a Chicago Mafia series. I hope what the series is called right here, unless it tells me. I do not see it telling me. So this is number 2 in the Chicago Mafia series. So they're dark romances based on mafia. The men are in the mafia. I don't know anything about that. I have book number 1, which is Dante. This is book number 2. I believe there's like 4 or 5 in the series, so I'm excited to read them. I just picked them up because they looked amazing, and it said that like everyone loved them, so I couldn't resist. And I love a mafia romance. Like, I just do. I can't resist. Next up, I started the Second Son series. So book number 1 is Beautiful Things. It is by Emily Rath. This is like a old-timey romance why choose series. So it is set in the time when there's like duke and duchesses and high society, all that kind of stuff. And our female main character, she's 22 and unmarried, so she has 2 choices, which is either to snag a wealthy gentleman or work as a governess. I guess she gets invited to Elcott Hall, where instead of meeting like her mom's friend and her son, she is thrust into the middle of a house party of eligible high society ladies, all desperate to win the hand of the new, conveniently single duke. The more she tries to avoid the husband hunt, the more she finds herself charmed by 3 very different men. Lord James, the Duke's younger brother, who is the secret Duke in all but name, Lieutenant Renly, recently returned from the West Indies and begrudgingly looking for a wife of his own, and the Mr. Burke, who irks yet intrigues Rosalie to no end. The Duke is set to announce his bride within days at the Michaelmas ball, and as the clock ticks down, Rosalie may not be easily snared, but that doesn't mean she can't enjoy the chase while it lasts. So it is a why choose like old-timey, it's set in like Bridgerton kind of setting romance. So it sounded really good. This is book number 1 in the series. Again, it's called Second Sons. Then I also got book number 2 in the series, which is called His Grace the Duke. It's a continuation of the story. So everything I just told you continues. A few main character continues with her Why Choose Men, I believe. And yeah, I don't really know much else about it. I don't want to read the back. I'm showing you that's the back, but I'm not going to read it to you. But the edges are gorgeous. The artwork inside is gorgeous. And I'm really excited to dig into the series. And of course, the next day when I went to Walmart, I was like, I gotta get the next book in the series. So I got Elcott Hall, which is book number 3 in the series. And yeah, I couldn't resist it. I believe this is again a continuation of the same like storyline, same female main character, same men. Gorgeous edges. Love these edges. And yeah, but I believe these are all that are out in this current type of like sprayed edge edition. But I got book 1, 2, and 3 in the Second Son series because it just looks really good, and I love high society stuff. This might be a different storyline. This might be book 1 and 2 were a storyline, and then book number 3 might start a new one from the looks of it, because that looks like a different female main character, doesn't it? So we might be starting a new storyline in book number 3, which is even more exciting. But yeah, those are all the books I got in my book haul. I will let you know the total number right here, because I do not know for sure if it's 25. I counted when I like recorded the snippets, but I don't know if I did correctly. I don't. So this is the amount of books in my book haul. I'm curious to know if you guys have bought any books recently, what they were, and if you have read these books. Did you like them? Should I read them soon? Let me know. But with that, I want to thank you guys so much for being here, for watching this book haul. I do a book haul probably about every month, give or take, a little bit less, but probably about every month I do a big book haul, and we do book chats every Friday. We do reading, bookish vlogs every single Tuesday, and we do life vlogs every Sunday. So make sure you subscribe, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye! Oh, live well, read lots of good books, go discover, buy some books, all the good stuff. Love you guys. Bye.